இது மாற்றுத்திறனாளருக்கான உரிமைக்குரல். உதவிக்கரம் இணையதள தொலைக்காட்சி.
நண்பர்களே, நம்முடைய உதவிக்கரம் டிவியை எல்லோரும் ரெகுலராக பார்த்துருக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இப்போது ஒவ்வொரு வாரமும் நம்ம சிறப்பான நிகழ்ச்சிகளை உதவிக்கரம் டிவியில் தொடர்ந்து ஒளிபரப்பி வருகின்றோம். இந்த வாரம் ஒரு மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகள் உலக மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகள் தினத்தை முன்னிட்டு நடைபெற்ற ஒரு சிறப்பு கருத்தரங்கை பற்றி இப்பொழுது நாம் பார்க்க இருக்கிறோம். சென்னையில் எழும்பூரில் கில்ட் ஆஃப் சர்வீஸ் என்கின்ற ஒரு நிறுவனம் கடந்த ஒரு 50 ஆண்டுகளுக்கும் மேலாக தொடர்ந்து செயலாற்றி வருகிறது. அந்த நிறுவனத்தின் மட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் என்கின்ற அந்த கல்லூரியினுடைய ஒரு ஆண்டு கருத்தரங்கம், இந்த ஆண்டு கருத்தரங்கம் சிறப்பாக 17/12/2024 அந்த அன்று நடைபெற்றது. அந்த கருத்தரங்கில் நானும் பங்கேற்று உரையாற்றியிருக்கிறேன். அந்த கருத்தரங்கில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கான தலைமைத்துவத்தை வளர்ப்பது எப்படி, அதற்கான ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ்லாம் என்ன, ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் என்ன இருக்குது, சொல்யூஷன்ஸ் என்ன இருக்குது, அதை பற்றிய ஒரு சிறப்பு கண்ணோட்டத்தில் ஒரு கலந்தாய்வும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் நடைபெற்றது. இந்த கருத்தரங்கின் துவக்க விழாவில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கான மாநில ஆணையாளர் திரு சுதன் ஐஏஎஸ் அவர்கள் சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக கலந்து கொண்டு கருத்தரங்கை துவக்கி வைத்து உரையாற்றினார்கள். அதைத் தொடர்ந்து நேத்ரோதயா சமூக அமைப்பின் நிறுவனர் திரு கோபி அவர்கள் சிறப்புரையாற்றினார்கள். அதைத் தொடர்ந்து கருத்தரங்கம் சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்றது. இக்கருத்தரங்கில் முதலாக உச்சநீதிமன்ற வழக்கறிஞர் திரு பிரபாகரன் அவர்கள் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கான உரிமைகள் சட்டம் 2016 படியும் சட்ட திட்டங்களை எப்படி நாம் அணுகுவது என்பதை பற்றியும் மிக சிறப்பாக உரையாற்றினார்கள். அதைத் தொடர்ந்து ஒரு கலந்தாய்வு கருத்தரங்கம் நடைபெற்றது. இந்த கலந்தாய்வு கூட்டத்தில் பாண்டிச்சேரி பல்கலைக்கழகத்தில் உதவி பேராசிரியராக பணியாற்றி வரும் டாக்டர் ஏ சிதம்பரம் துவக்கி வைத்து இந்த கலந்தாய்வு கூட்டத்தினை நடத்தினார்கள். அதைத் தொடர்ந்து நானும் இந்த மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கான தலைமை பண்பினை உருவாக்குவது எப்படி என்பதை பற்றி என்னுடைய கருத்துக்களை கூறினேன். தொடர்ந்து வித்யாசாகர் செல்வி ஸ்மிதா சதாசிவம் அவர்களும் நேத்ரோதயா கோபி அவர்களும் அதை தொடர்ந்து இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் பேசினார்கள். மேலும் சென்னை முட்டுக்காட்டில் நிப்பட் அமைப்பிலிருந்து திவ்யாஞ்சன் கேந்திராவின் பொறுப்பாளர் திருமதி சுமியா காலித் அவர்களும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் பேசினார்கள். இறுதியாக டாக்டர் சிதம்பரம் அவர்கள் எல்லோருடைய பேச்சிலிருந்து முக்கியமான கருத்துக்களை எடுத்து பேசினார்கள். அதற்கு பிறகு அங்கே இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் பங்கேற்ற மாணவருடன் ஒரு நேரடியான கொஸ்டின் அண்ட் ஆன்சர்ஸ் கேள்வி நேரம் விவாதங்களும் சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்றது. இக்கருத்தரங்கில் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 300 மாணவர்கள் பல்வேறு கல்லூரிகளிலிருந்து சிறப்பாக பங்கேற்றார்கள். இந்த கருத்தரங்கினை மிக சிறப்பாக அனைத்து ஏற்பாடுகளையும் மட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க்கினுடைய கல்லூரி முதல்வர் முனைவர் ராஜா சாமுவேல் அவர்கள் சிறப்பாக ஏற்பாடு செய்திருந்தார்கள். மற்றும் மாணவர் திரு ஆண்ட்ரூஸ் அவர்களும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கிற்கான அனைத்து ஒருங்கிணைந்த நடவடிக்கைகளை எல்லாம் மேற்கொண்டு மிக சிறப்பாக இந்த கருத்தரங்கம் நடைபெற்றது. மேலும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் சுவிசேஷ் என்ற நிறுவனமும் நேத்ரோதயா நிறுவனமும் ஆகிய 2 நிறுவனங்களுடன் இந்த மட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் ஒரு புரிந்துணர்வு ஒப்பந்தத்தையும் அங்கே கருத்தரங்கில் இறுதியில் கையெழுத்திட்டார்கள். இந்த கருத்தரங்கம் மிக சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்றது. சென்னையிலிருந்து பல்வேறு கல்லூரிகளிலிருந்து 300க்கும் மேற்பட்ட மாணவர்கள் இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் பங்கேற்றார்கள். இந்த கருத்தரங்கில் பங்கேற்ற அனைவருக்கும் கருத்தரங்கின் முடிவில் அறுசுவை விருந்தும் வழங்கப்பட்டது. மிக சிறப்பாக இந்த கருத்தரங்கினை ஏற்பாடு செய்த திரு ராஜா சாமுவேல் அவர்களுக்கும் ஆண்ட்ரூஸ் அவர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் பல நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் உதவிக்கரம் வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவிக்கிறது. என்ன நண்பர்களே, இப்போ அந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்குள்ளே போகலாமா? வாங்க இப்போ அந்த கருத்தரங்கம் அரங்கிற்கு சென்று அந்த கருத்தரங்களுடைய நிகழ்ச்சிகளை பார்வையிடுவோம்.
Persons with disabilities. Let us begin the event with the college song. I request those who can to rise up for the college song. The department's goal is to enhance student life for the target population. The program provides opportunities for both personal and professional development of students, thereby transforming them into passionate leaders who can bring about sustainable impact in the disability sector. Master of Social Work in Disability and Empowerment is a unique specialization in the country offered at MSSW. MSW Disability and Empowerment to officially welcome the gathering.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest for the day, Thiru Sudhan IAS retired, State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities from the State Commissionerate for the Welfare of the Differently Abled, Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir, your service rendered towards the marginalized communities stands as a testimony for your appointment to this esteemed office and shows how close to your heart the cause of disability and inclusion is. We are honored by your presence and looking forward to your invaluable insights to set course for today's deliberations. Raja Samuel, for his constant support and guidance in making this day happen. My sincere appreciations to the management and the Dean for all their support towards this event. Welcome once again, sir. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all the resource persons, participants, especially students, faculty members, our ally networking organizations, and especially persons with disabilities who have made it for this event. Your presence has made this day more inclusive. Welcome one and all. Inclusive environment to advance leadership for persons with disabilities.
At Madras School of Social Work. He is now doing great in TCS. And one of our PhD scholars, Dr. Malvika, who completed a PhD here, and her thesis was on attitude of youngsters, students on persons with disability. And she is a great international speaker. She is a great leader in that sense and gives motivational talks. Ourselves along with that vision and ensure that all have equal space in society. I think as my student Malvika used to say, the real barrier is the attitude of society and not the persons with disability themselves or even the environment. It's the attitude of society that's a real barrier which we need to surmount. And I think it's the role of all of us here to do that, to ensure that that particular attitudinal barrier is removed.
Mark on education through initiative.
MS has asked you, the principal here. They have, I think, put up a really nice show. I'm thankful to the guest of honor, Mr. Udavikkaram, and everyone here. This particular space, the space for differently abled, I think this is a very unique space, and not many institutions in Tamil Nadu or across India, they have really taken it very seriously. The way I think this institution has taken it up. You have a specialized course designed for this purpose, and I can see a good number of youngsters who are really planning to get into this space in a big way. So this particular seminar and topic that has been given, promoting an inclusive environment for advancing leadership of persons with disabilities, very interesting topic. I think one needs to break it down, analytically break it down, critically look into it, and your day-long session is going to do that. My critical remark may throw some light on this. See, because of advancement in leadership of persons with disabilities, that an inclusive environment gets promoted. I think the students here are able to make the difference, understand the difference. Is A leading to B or is B leading to A? So this dialectics has to be very, very carefully understood. This relationship has to be very carefully understood.
Lot of acceptance and lot of recognition. Today I am here only because of the head of the department and other colleagues and your student fraternity. All of us were giving a lot of encouragement and a lot of positive things. I am confident the more number of disabled are looking. I am sure our country will have more and more leaders in the persons with disability category. Thank you.
Advocate Prabhakaran Ramachandran, a practicing attorney at the Supreme Court of India, international tribunals and other bodies. The chairman and founding partner of two law firms, Pravda Law Associates and Lincoln Global Law Chamber. Mr. Prabhakaran has more than 2 decades of astounding experience in the field of law. Specializing in cases of litigation, he has made notable contributions to globally acclaimed corporations such as Ford Motor, LexisNexis, British Airways, Airtel, and so on.
In various capacities, including Secretary District Panchayat, Chief Executive Officer FKSD.
Immensely honored being part of this program and representing National Institute of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation. My talk will be actually an extension of the talk of the previous scholar who has presented the legal framework regarding disability and inclusion. In Iran, in France, the society is divided into 3 estates. One is of nobility, other is of clergy, and the third is the workers, the farmers, etc. The farmers and workers have to toil and pay all the taxes, and they have no rights. So, the French Revolution have given the most brilliant slogans for democracy. You may be knowing. What are these? Liberty, equality, and fraternity. That have the democratic process world over has given much contribution by the French Revolution. Though it is failed later, but it is there. And throughout the democratic process world over, and the democratic struggles against imperialism, struggles against inequality, all emanates from French Revolution. That is why I quoted this. Then the question is the leadership regarding inclusivity. Then what is the leader? The leader is a man, one who takes the fellow to action. You have so many world leaders. To take the fellow to action, a leader needs a policy. Leader must have a policy. He must have a philosophy. Everyone have a philosophy to lead, a doctrine or a law or a tenet. That's a great vision of leaders through like that. Next you can see Jesus Christ, his gospel. He fought against discrimination. He went after the
for the President of India and the Father of Differently Abled Award and the Changemakers Award by the Tamil Nadu government. Mr. Valedictory's dedication to empowering the communities and creating and inspiring to all of us. Sir, it's a truly honor to have you as the panelist in this session.
Thank you, Ms. Divyasri. I would like to invite Ms. Navya Mohan K, second year MSW Disability and Empowerment, to read the profile of Ms. Smita Sadashivam.
The profile of Ms. Smita Sadashivam, the panel member for the session. She is an accessibility and inclusion practitioner who has a lived experience of AIDS in multiple sclerosis. And she is known for her constant support and vision for persons with disabilities. Ms. Smita is a leading advocate for disability rights at international level. She holds an MA and MPhil in psychology and has significantly contributed as a member of various advisory boards and committees on disability, elections and public policies. Her global roles including serving as a council member for World Health Summit and civil society representative for UHC 2030. Ms. Smita has been honored with several prestigious awards including National Shresh Divyangjan Award and the Best Social Worker Award. She has continued to spread impactful initiatives, promote accessibility, inclusive policies and empowerment for persons with disabilities.
I would like to once again go through the profile of Mr. Govindakrishnan, the founder of Nekrodaya. Overcoming the challenges of being visually impaired since birth, Mr. Govindakrishnan choose not only to rise above them, but to create opportunities for others like me. His educational background includes English and special education, as well as a postgraduate diploma in social initiative and management. In 2002, he founded Netrodaya, an institution dedicated to empowering the person with vision. Under his visionary leadership, Netrodaya has transformed into a beacon of hope.
Sumaya Khalid, a highly accomplished professional in the field of prosthetics and orthotics, to this annual seminar. Ms. Sumaya Khalid currently serves as the in charge of the Divya Shakti Kendra, located in the prestigious NIPMET, National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disability Campus, Chennai. She brings a wealth of expertise and experience, supported by a robust educational foundation. Ms. Khalid holds a bachelor degree in prosthetics and orthotics from the renowned Swami Vivekananda National Institute for Rehabilitation Training and Research.
So a very important seminar taking place in MSW. At the outset, I wish to thank the organizer to have this particular International Day program in a very fascinated and very excellent way. They are organizing this particular event. So we are really thankful to them for this excellent program. More than that, I would like to appreciate that audience. Actually, I am really very glad to see the professionals, rehabilitation professionals, good number of rehabilitation professionals are sitting before us. So we have a lot of scopes and opportunities are there for us. So for that, we are invited here four great leaders. They are different in different fields. They excel in different fields. Already they have given a brief profile about Valedictory sir. He is the leading champion for entire disability sector. He is with us. Then Smita Sadasivam's right activist. She is also there. So Udavikkaram, well known to everybody, is the founder of Madras. Then Sumaya Madam is implementing agency, government project implementer. She is also with us. Now we will go to hand over to the topic what you have given to us is advancing leadership. Okay, advancing discussing from our IAS officer also mentioned. Okay, we need to look at the topic in a two different angles. Okay, why we need to advancing this leadership? That one we need to understand. Advancing leadership not only for person with disability, and the rehabilitation profession also is applicable to the rehabilitation profession also. So in this way, so I am going to throw some questions to the different speakers here. So they are going to talk on all these aspects. Why the theme of this year itself, event theme of this year itself, amplifying the leadership. That is one of the key words. So in this seminar also in line with that only, advancing leadership. Why we need to amplify the leadership? Why we want to advance in the leadership? Is this necessary for present circumstances? Different Supreme Court directions, Supreme Court giving direction to directions and different laws and legislation have been enacted all over the world and particular to India also. The number of states also formatting different rules. Okay, so what is happening in the ground? Why we need to advance in the leadership? For this, I am requesting to throw some light on this. Our first one will have 3 to 5 minutes. Then again we'll come back and we'll have a detailed discussion on this particular topic.
On advancing leadership of persons with disabilities, opportunities and challenges. I thought that the topic should be challenges and solutions. What are the challenges we face in the leadership, and also what is the solution we as a panelist we offer. Anyway, the topic is given to me. I'll go by this topic. Next. Solution is not there in all the committees constituted by either by the central government or the state government. We are not there to hear what the government authorities push on us. So they have to listen to us. That is, then only there will be a real inclusion. Next. Persons with disabilities in the international human rights frameworks. So it calls for networking with the civil society, working side by side with the intergovernmental community. So based on this UN CRPD, then the act came into force to give us rights give us our voices to be heard to the government. See, those days, before passing this Act 1995, all the disabilities matters are through circulars, government circulars. Because I fought a case with the State Bank of India for getting a job, but there is no reservation in those days. Only by a circular. If the doctor in the doctor says that you are not medically fit, then there is the matter. So nowadays things have changed because the Act, the 1995 Act, then the 1995 Act is the first legislation in our country which made India more inclusive and accessible for PWDs. Equal opportunities, live with dignity, and inclusive education, non-discrimination, reasonable accommodation, equal opportunity policy. These are all very, very important for giving the opportunity for leadership to the person with disabilities. All the matters concerning with us, wherever we are concerned, then we should have a say in that. Next. Disability should be included in all the activities done. In my office, I was sitting in my room and I was handling his cases and all. He had a lot of discussions with me and he was very much convinced. Then he was asked to go to the IT department. Then he asked me to come there. Then he was sitting there in the opposite the commissioner's room. Then I went in my wheelchair. He just looked at me. So what happened to you, sir? Why? You are sitting in wheelchair? No, I am sitting in the wheelchair for 30 years. And you are coming to me for the last 1 year. Even when you come to my office, I am sitting in my wheelchair only. Oh, I didn't know, sir. So anyway, I request you, sir, be careful while you are talking to the commissioner.
Provision which Mr. Varadakutty was. CRPD is talking about twin track approach. So what is that twin track approach? You should give equal opportunity like everybody else. Whatever people are getting in general, those entitlements, those rights are there and should be there for persons with disabilities as well. But persons with disabilities are experiencing barriers because of attitudinal and environmental hindrances, which needs to be removed. And so towards that, special focus, special interest, or special measures need to be adopted by the state, by the community, by every agency, so that people with disabilities get their rightful and equal opportunities.
Or you yourself came and take this issue, right? So what do you expect from the society? Whether the people with disability have to come and initiate, or the society will come and give it to you, okay, you are the leader, you can do this one. Okay, you need to answer for that and come second round. Now I move on to this Netrodaya Govindakrishnan. Govindakrishnan, he established, we together we went for reading centers and many more things. He have found there is need for visually challenged. Okay, then he initiated. Okay, so I want to know from his side whether he has initiated or somebody told him these people are deprived for food and accommodation. You just you start with support. Okay, what makes him to establish a particular institution? Let him to, because he is recognized as a leader. What kindles him to become a leader, leading the particular organization? We were expecting from his word of mouth. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah, once again. Okay. I'm a servant leader. So I convert my problems into opportunity. If I'm a sighted person, I wouldn't have started an institution. I would have been looking after my own family affairs. So what makes me very special, or I enjoy my blindness. So I don't see that this disability hindering my day-to-day functioning. I don't agree to that. And there are a lot of challenges which we face in our daily life. When Smita and others were talking about accessible part, for the visually impaired, going to a toilet for a physically challenged, they have ramps. We have for visually impaired, we are unable to locate the exact urinal point. We have to literally use our hands. It's totally unhygienic. So we always prefer that anyone who wants to use a toilet, whether you are disabled or non-disabled, you will use a technology called light. Unless you switch on the light, you will not, even you are sighted, without using a light, you are not able to use the toilet. So for a visually impaired, we need an additional switch, which will give a beep sound on the exact urinal point. So by navigating, we'll be able to urinate, we'll be able to do the toileting without much difficulty. Today, we have a absolute difficulty in using toilets. These are called audio-enabled toilets. I'm sure coming days we will be able to see a lot of. And as far as leadership is concerned, when I founded this institution, a lot of people say, உங்களால் எப்படி நடத்த முடியும், உங்களுக்கே பார்வை இல்லை, உங்களை ஏமாத்திடுவாங்க, உங்களை underestimate பண்ணுவாங்க. There are a lot of ifs and buts, and a lot of people, they try to underestimate us. Seeing is believing. Unless you prove, there are a lot of criticisms. There are a lot of people, they try to discourage us. We are like a tea bag. Unless we dip into the hot water, we will never realize how strong we are.
Sumaya madam, you are enroll yourself into occupational therapies and physiotherapies. So what makes you to get into the field? How what kind of support you are expect, or what kind of involvement you expect from people with disability wherever you are conducting the camp? That angle just throw some light. Whether this really the people themselves can approaching you, or you yourself are searching the beneficiaries, what kind of support systems are there in the community level? That angle you can talk.
Everyone, this is Sumaya from Artificial Limb Manufacturing Corporation of India. So mostly I am taking care of the South region. So I have been deputed here to take care of the full South region. I am from North, I am from Odisha. So, but if you ask me the places, I have been to the such a remote places over this Tamil Nadu where disabled people can't even come out of their house. Even I have gone there, I have done door-to-door services, I have gone visited them, I have taken the beneficiary details and all, and we have given the assistive devices. So now we are talking about the leadership things. So how the leadership will come? Unless we make a disabled person self-reliant. So this confidence will come until they have the confidence to come out of their circumstances and level up with the normal people. So as mostly I know most of you won't be knowing about the Alimco. So Alimco actually it's a Government of India enterprises, completely a mini Ratna company under the government under the Protection Act of Section 8 of Companies Act, for non-profit motive. So mostly we do camps all over India. We do camps for the disabled people. So as the name itself suggests, that artificial limb manufacturers. So we are the pioneers in manufacturing the artificial limbs. With the artificial limbs, then wheelchairs, powered wheelchairs, motorized tricycle, then visual impaired kits like braille kits for students. Then we are having slates and smartphones, smart canes, and even TLM kits also we are giving nowadays. So we have 99 lakh rupees for disabled people.
Okay, Sumaya, that's fine. See, actually the thing is, so you said in the remote villages you went there for distributing identification of the people itself.
Yes.
So your struggle.
Yes.
So what you found in the grassroots level, what is lacking? Whether whether you are probably tied up with the organizations working for people with disability find difficulty, or there is no organization itself.
No, organizations are there, sir. We go to them by through DPOs only, like that area, district, differently able welfare office only. We go through them. But the problem is, sir, the people, those who are in remote areas, they themselves are unaware, sir. Nobody is there to give them awareness about it. Unless we reach out to them, they don't know these things are there. They are completely unaware. So I think like people should know about this, or what are the things we are giving, how they can be benefited with the schemes and all what the government is giving. So I think there is a lack of information or awareness, we can tell.
So even we are celebrating 75th of Independence and Republic Day.
Yes.
Still the lack of awareness is still quite predominant
Yes,
in our
sir.
rural area.
Yes, sir.
So resources are there. Still,
Still
the people
there.
also need is there.
Yes.
To connecting them, there is a need for leadership.
Yes,
Right. Great. Netrodi, as Gopi also told, challenges is converted into opportunity. Okay, here what she said, resources are there, but the people lack of awareness, they are not able to enjoy these resources. So you have been there for 5 decades, 5 decades in the field of disability rehabilitation. Soon after your graduation, soon after your professional degree, you started your service. Okay, so what to be done, sir, to filling the gap? You can throw some light on this.
So as Dr. Chidambaram rightly points out, that the resources are there on the one side, but still a lot of people are yet to be covered by this huge gap. The first one is that there is a lack of programs, enough programs for identifying the real persons who are in need of help. Because I heard of Alinco, NIPMED, and I already had a lot of projects with them. But still, if you go to any place, people really need limbs, really need walkers, they need calipers. Why? Because they don't, first of all, they don't know how to use it properly. So for this, some sort of a program of training them, making leaders. See, there are leaders amongst the person with disabilities in the disability group. So organizations like NIPMED or Alinco, they are directly going to the field. They go to the collectors program. They are going to the field and then conduct camps. So instead, they should depend on the leaders in the disability group. So they should give me a list of those people who are really in need of support. Then the organization will also have the pleasure of having the experience. See, these central government organizations should build up leadership. Then Dr. Chidambaram said, my own profession, I am a chartered accountant, practicing for the last 35 years, having my own offices. I am the task consultant for many public sector undertakings. But to achieve this thing, I have to struggle a lot. I have to prove myself with extra knowledge. So, if anybody suppose I meet a new person, he looks at me, what this man is sitting in the wheelchair. Suppose if I give my work to him, whether he is capable of handling. So, sensitization should be there. That the problem is because somebody is sitting in the wheelchair, because somebody cannot see, because somebody cannot hear, his real potential things it is not lacking. So they are will they give enough respect or enough responsibility to those wings constituted or branched out by them. I am hearing a lot of political parties say they will have a wing for the differently able. But they are not encouraging them. They just like for the sake of having a wing, they have. Why? Because they say that if I give a chance to you, how will you develop my party? Even amongst your own disabled people, how will you convince them to bring into my party? That is the main by which they give some sort of disguised leadership. It is not a real leadership. I would call it as a disguised leadership. Then if I said that nothing about us without us. A lot of policies are taken. Then buildings are constructed. So even in nowadays, if you go to any building, even the latest construction, the real accessibility or real inclusion is not there. But it is not in many countries I visited Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, then UK, US, many countries I visited. There everything is having universal accessibility. So only when only when the environment is accessible to me, I can lead a normal life. So there also I said that I can lead a normal life. So I should be a leader of my own life. In my office, I was sitting in my room and I was handling his cases and all. He had a lot of discussions with me and was very much convinced that he was asked to go to the IT department. Then he asked me to come there. Then he was sitting there in the opposite the commissioner's room. Then I went in my wheelchair. He just looked at me. So what happened to you, sir? Why? You were sitting in wheelchair? No, I am sitting in the wheelchair for 30 years. And you are coming to me for the last 1 year. Even when you come to my office, I am sitting in my wheelchair only. Oh, I didn't know, sir. So anyway, I request you, sir, be careful while you are talking to the commissioner. The disability matters, after they become graduates, they will be working on the field with the person with disabilities. But they should have, so I am asking your people that what is the opportunities for them after finishing this course? What made them to join this course?
Let the audience respond.
I basically from
she's answering.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, sir. Actually, it was BSW. I have a background, and I was just being to this field, social work field. It was just like we are just working in different fields in our like daily life, such as computers are there, doctors are there, something like very big professions are there. But when it was just like human related things that should be also addressed, and particularly coming to the disability and empowerment course, it was not just like that happened. But when I was coming to this course and this college, it was just like we are just very compassionate to this profession, because this field is very vast, and also we have the interest to know about this. So very like day by day we are knowing something very new, and also we are just going to these fields and getting very impactful outcomes, that whatever we are doing, they were also happy with that. It was make us feel very proud to do.
From what she said, we're always learning new things because it's such a vast field. I missed out on the first portion of the panel discussion. The only thing I got to hear was when Govind Krishnan sir talked about how men with visual impairment have difficulty accessing urinals, which as a student specializing in this particular field, I as a non-disabled person would never have thought about. And there are several issues like this. And we have a panel over here with persons with multiple types of disabilities. So I want to put this out there, and this place of sheer curiosity, there's absolutely no informed intelligence associated with this. What would you, from your experience with working with persons with disabilities or from your own personal experiences, say is the most overlooked issue for persons with disabilities that even those working in the field right now have not entirely understood the importance of?
From how Valedictory sir actually asked the students why we took the social work and why we study this. So yes, exactly, it's a practical thing which everybody actually goes through in day-to-day life, like how I get associated with the organization, day-to-day life, I see the students, and that's why it really fascinated. So most of them, there's some kind of situation where that would have fascinated for the students to opt for this course. So ultimately, we are proud social workers. We are well aware about the situations, what's going around, and we're very empathetic as well. That's the only reason why we took up this particular course. But what happens? What's the ground role? The ground reality is that everybody ultimately finishing the course, they wanted to get placed. They wanted the opportunity. Okay? Very few institutions and very few organizations are only ready to give the opportunity for these students. So ultimately, I'm a HR. I'm very comfortable being a HR, but at the same time, I'm also keeping my nose here and there whenever possible. So I get many calls from, since I'm the alumni of this institution, I get many calls from the students saying that, Akka, can I shift my, path? I've studied social work, I've done so much, but I think it's time to shift because I've not got any opportunity in that.
The departments, you appoint one disability relation officer. So who will, suppose I am working in a bank. If any grievance is there regarding my issues, I have to represent to the grievance officer. So the grievance officer should know about the various problems of the person with disability, then only he can handle. So you people, I think that you have got very good future. In all government sectors, not only government sectors, in all corporate sectors, so where, because nowadays a lot of persons with disabilities are engaged by the corporate sector, there should be one person who feel the issues when reported to him relating to the disability issues. So you got a very good future. You can even write to the government, your School of Social Work. You write to the government, you appoint one liaison officer with this qualification as a grievance redressal officer for the department for the differently able.
Visualize this topic, a very beautiful topic, and make everyone to present their views. So thank you very much. This has been recorded. Sulita has asked whether the commissioner should be here to listen all the things. This message is sent to commissioner to because the students are making minutes on all this event. They will take into the commissioner. You go and meet personally and submit that, and you see the trickle effect of this particular program. Thank you so much.
Organization called Congregation of Persons with Disabilities, Equal DPOs and NGOs, where and every Sunday we meet by Google Meet between 7 to 9 p.m. and lot of issues are discussed. Lot of issues relating to the disability sector are discussed, and every week we call one expert on the subject who will speak, and then there will be a group discussion like this, virtual group discussion. Even last week, our advocate Prabhakaran was the chief guest. Then like this, even people like here are raising a lot of questions beyond the time. We gave time up to 9 o'clock only. The meeting prolonged up to 10, and Prabhakaran was there to answer all the questions relating to the legal issues of the person with disabilities. So I invite people here to join in the Google Meet so that you can have the practical exposure. One more suggestion. I don't know whether you got an internship program for these students.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Internship program. They work in a NGO or DPOs like that. Okay. Well, so practical exposure.
Thank you to the panels for the extremely informative and insightful session. We have gotten to learn quite a lot from all of you. Now we would like to present our distinguished guest with a token of appreciation for their valuable insights and contributions. I invite Ms. Arya Das, President, Aloha Students Forum, to felicitate Dr. H. Chidambaram. Hinavi, Vice President, Aloha Students Forum, to felicitate Mr. Varadakutty. I invite Mr. Rohit Tamil Selvan, Joint Secretary, Aroha Students Forum to felicitate Ms. Smita Sadashivam. I invite Mr. Daniel Prem, Treasurer, Aroha Students Forum, to felicitate Mr. C. Govindakrishnan. Now I invite Ms. Shindya M., Joint Treasurer, Aroha Students Forum, to felicitate Ms. Sumaya Khalid.
We have an Instagram page. You can follow us there as well for more such videos. Okay, thank you.
Of the annual seminar 2024-25, promoting an inclusive environment for advancing leadership of persons with disabilities. To officially welcome and lead us into the final segment, I invite Ms. Madhuvanti M., second year MSW Disability and Empowerment.
Present here. I am greatly honored to welcome you to the valedictory session of this seminar on promoting an inclusive environment for advancing leadership of persons with disabilities. Over the past sessions, we have engaged in meaningful discussions on inclusion and leadership, working towards a vision of a world where barriers are broken and opportunities are shared by all. Without further delay at the outset, I extend my warmest welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Shashank Awasthi, co-founder of VShape, an organization dedicated to creating a more inclusive and accessible world. We are truly honored that VShape is signing an MOU with our college. Your presence here today, sir, reflects your commitment to this vital cause, and we look forward to your valuable insights and continued collaboration.
Thank you, Ms. Madhuvanti. Now I call upon Ms. Dislin DC, first year MSW Disability and Empowerment, to introduce our chief guest for the section.
It is with delight that I welcome to the event Mr. Shashank Awasthi, the co-founder of VShape, an award-winning impact enterprise he co-founded with P. Rajashekharan. Sir is a visiting faculty and member of Ethics Review Committee at the Banyan Academy of Leadership in Mental Health. He has also served on the Committee for Formulation of Inclusive Education Policy at National Institute of Open Learning, which is an autonomous institution under Ministry of Education, Government of India. He is a contributor and co-author of reports on Disability Inclusion commissioned by British International Investments, JICA, and an MFI in Cambodia, with prior experiences and startups and in financial services, having worked with ABN AMRO Bank NV, IDBI Bank, Tata Group, and Bank of America. He is also the co-founder of Luxembourg-based on non-profit Barrier-Free Finance Initiative, which works in the area of improving access to financial literacy and inclusion for persons with disabilities.
A big thanks to MSSW, Justin sir and to Rajesh sir for the MOU to work together. It's a big opportunity for us to do work in inclusion. But I want to tell you something very, very important, which is that right after this we get lunch. What you don't know is that I already know what the menu is, so I'm not going to keep you waiting for too long. But I have only two messages for you. The first is that inclusion is a verb. Okay, so for some of us, for Ramesh and all of us, we've had the privilege and the opportunity to work in the area of inclusion. You are just getting started. You are the people who are going to shape the future of this country. Each of you, with every little action that you take. You're in a great place because few people get the opportunity to go to the kind of education institutions that you have gone and the learning that you're getting in these environments. But application is a totally different ballgame. Remember, it's a verb, so every time you do not effectively work in inclusion, you might be contributing to exclusion. So look for people with disabilities, look for other marginalized groups. We've had the chance to learn and hear from some very, very bright students while we were looking at the work that you have done. The others.
As we mentioned in the morning, all that we have been doing as a department is only because of the networks that we are able to develop with stakeholders across Tamil Nadu and also in various places. In line with that, today we are signing MOU with both Vishesh and Netrodaya. Okay, so we'll be sharing our MOUs now. So I request the principal and Mr. Shashank and also Mr. Udavikkaram to exchange the MOUs.
ஸோ ஒரு 3 போட்டிகள் நடந்தது. ஒன்று வந்து குறும்படம், ஒன்று வந்து புகைப்படம், அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம சட்டையில் படம் வரைஞ்சிருக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ என்னோட சேர்ந்து சஷாங்க் சாரும் இதில் வந்து நடுவராக இருந்தாங்க. அதனால என்னுடைய தீர்ப்பு அல்ல, 2 பேரும் சேர்ந்து எடுத்த தீர்ப்பு, ஜாயிண்ட் டெசிஷன் மேக்கிங். ஸோ முதலாவதாக நம்ம வந்து இந்த புகைப்படம் எடுத்ததுல ரொம்ப 3 பேர் கலந்துக்கிட்டாங்க. 2 பேருக்கு பரிசுகள் உண்டு. முதலாவதாக பரிசு பெறுபவர் திரு சஞ்சய், MSW டாக்டர் அம்பேத்கர் காலேஜ். ரொம்ப அருமையா அவருடைய போட்டோ இருந்தது. அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு காண்பிப்பாங்க. யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆஃப் மெட்ராஸ், மாஸ்டர்ஸ் இன் ஜேர்னலிசம். ஸோ ஒரு படம் எடுக்கும் போதே வந்து பார்வையற்றவர்களுக்கான அந்த இன்க்ளூசிவ் டிசைன்ஸ் அதை பற்றி வந்து அவர் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு தான் சொன்னார். ரொம்ப குறும்படம் இதுலேயும் 3 பேர் கலந்துக்கிட்டாங்க. முதலாவது பரிசு மிக சிறப்பாக அந்த குறும்படம் எடுத்திருந்தாங்க. ஸ்ரீஜா, MSW from MSSW. ஒரு மாற்றுத்திறனாளி எப்படி வந்து அவரா வந்து ஒரு தொழில் முனைவர் அவர் வந்து மாறினார் அப்படின்றத ரொம்ப அழகா எடுத்திருக்காங்க. வாழ்த்துக்கள் ஸ்ரீஜா. நம்ம டிஷர்ட்ல படம் வரைகிறது. இதுல வந்து முதலாவது பரிசு பெறவங்க வந்து திரு அஞ்சலி, MSW Mental Health and Children Families Department, Madras School of Social Work. அஞ்சலி இருக்காங்களா? இங்க பாருமா மாமா. சோ இதுல 9 பேர் பங்கேற்றார்கள். டி-ஷர்ட்ல அவங்க வந்துட்டு ஒரு உடைந்த கண்ணாடியை அதுல வந்து உருவகப்படுத்தி இருந்தாங்க. அதுல வந்து அவங்க சொன்னாங்க அப்படின்னா, இந்த மாதிரி எவ்வளவோ பிரச்சனைகள் இருந்தாலும் கூட கண்ணாடியை நம்ம பயன்படுத்துறோம், ஆனா மாற்றுத்திறனாளின்னு வரும்போது ஒரு சின்ன குறை இருந்தாலும் தூக்கி எறிகிறோம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரியான ஒரு கருத்தை முன்வைச்சாங்க. இரண்டாவது பரிசை பெறுபவர் அருணீஸ்வரர், MSW தக்ஷசீலா யுனிவர்சிட்டி. தனியாக அதை உருவகப்படுத்தியிருந்தார். வாழ்த்துக்கள் அருணீஸ்வர். நிக்கிறது நடமாடுறது அப்படின்றதுல வந்து உறுப்புகள் தான் தேவையா, இந்த மாதிரி கருவிகளை கொண்டும் நம்ம வந்து அதே வேலையை செய்யலாம்.
On behalf of the Master of Social Work in Disability and Empowerment Program and the Arova Students Forum of Madras Club Social Work, I take this opportunity to express a heartfelt gratitude to all who have contributed to making today's seminar a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Thiru R. Sudan IAS, retired State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. C. Udavikkaram, Founder Netrodaya, Mr. Shashank Awasthi, CEO Vishesh, and Dr. K.S. Ramesh, Director of Education Banyan, Chennai, for gracing this occasion with their presence and inspiring us with their visionary thoughts during each session. I thank our plenary speakers, Mr. Prabhakaran Ramachandran and Mr. C. Chandrababu, for their enriching ideas and experience in the field of disability inclusion. I am also deeply grateful to our distinguished panelists, Dr. A. Chidambaram, Mr. Varadakutty, Mr. Ms. Smita Sadasivan, Ms. Sumaya Khalid, their collective wisdom, experience and practical insights have opportunities and challenges in advancing leadership for persons with disabilities.
Vinayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Uttara Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Ujjala Jalasidharanga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashish Mage Gahe Tava Jaya Gada Janagana Mangala Dayaka Jaya He Bharata Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He
Association for the welfare of the இன்றைக்கு நம்ம உலக மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகள் தினத்தை கொண்டாடும் வகையில் மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் இந்த நிறுவனத்தில் இன்றைக்கு காலையிலிருந்து மதியம் வரையில் மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளை பற்றிய ஒரு கருத்தரங்கம் மிக சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. இந்த கருத்தரங்கை மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கான ஆணையாளர் மதிப்புக்குரிய திரு சுதன் ஐஏஎஸ் அவர்கள் துவக்கி வைத்து அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கிறார்கள். நாங்கள்லாம் இந்த கருத்தரங்கத்தில் பேச இருக்கிறோம். இந்த கருத்தரங்கினுடைய மெயின் நோக்கம் என்னன்னா, மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளை உள்ளடக்கிய சமுதாயம் உண்டாக்குதல், அவர்களுக்கு ஒரு தலைமை பண்பை உருவாக்குதல், அதுதான் இந்த கருத்தரங்கின் நோக்கம். அதாவது ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்லுவாங்க, நத்திங் அபவுட் அஸ் வித்தவுட் அஸ். எங்களுக்கான சில திட்டங்களை எங்களை உள்ளடக்கிய திட்டங்களாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் இந்த உலக அளவில் நம்ம உருவாக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு நோக்கம். அந்த அடிப்படையில் இன்றைக்கு இந்த கருத்தரங்கம் இந்த மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுக்கு உள்ளடக்கிய லீடர்ஷிப், அதாவது அவங்களையும் உள்ளடக்கி எல்லா பொறுப்புகளிலும் அவர்களுக்கும் கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை வலியுறுத்தி இந்த கருத்தரங்கம் மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் சார்பில் நடைபெற்றுக் கொண்டு வருகின்றது. இந்த கருத்தரங்கின் நோக்கம் சீக்கிரம் நிறைவேறும் என்று நாம் எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனை வேண்டுவோம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
ப்ரொஃபஷனலிசம் இன் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் அப்படின்றத ரொம்ப அருமையாக மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அதுக்கு அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான தலைப்பு எடுத்துட்டு இன்னைக்கு பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இது தலைமைத்துவம், லீடர்ஷிப் அண்ட் டிசிபிலிட்டி. அது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான தலைப்பு, ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு விவாதம். இது சமுதாயத்தில் எப்படி நம்ம நடைமுறைப்படுத்தலாம் அப்படின்ற பல வழிகளை இன்னைக்கு பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். கூடிய சீக்கிரம் நடைமுறைப்படுத்தப்படும் அப்படின்றதும் நம்ம எதிர்பார்க்குறோம். அண்ட் ரொம்ப முக்கியமாக தேர்தல் வரும்பொழுது 2026 தேர்தலை நோக்கி நம்ம பயணப்பட்டு இருக்கும்பொழுது அதை சார்ந்த தலைமைத்துவம், அதில் எப்படி டிசபிலிட்டி இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுறது அப்படின்றதையும் நம்ம பார்க்குறோம். விஷிங் ஆல் சக்ஸஸ் ஃபார் டுடேஸ் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் அண்ட் விஷிங் வெரி ஹாப்பி வேர்ல்ட் டிசபிலிட்டி.
இன்று சென்னை சமூக பணியாளர்களின் சர்வதேச மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகள் தினம் இதை அனுசரிக்கும் விதமாக இன்று முக்கியமாக இன்க்ளூஷன் அண்ட் லீடர்ஷிப்பை பற்றி கருத்தரங்கை ஏற்பாடு செய்திருக்கிறோம். இந்த கருத்தரங்கை திரு சுதன் ஐஏஎஸ் ஸ்டேட் கமிஷனர் ஃபார் பர்சன்ஸ் வித் டிசபிலிட்டி தொடங்கி வைத்திருக்கிறார். மேலும் இந்த கருத்தரங்கை திருவாளர் கோவிந்தகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள், எங்களுடைய தலைவர் டாக்டர் எஸ் ராஜா சாமில் அவர்களும் சேர்ந்து துவங்கி வைத்திருக்கின்றனர். அதாவது நிறைய நேரங்களில் இன்க்ளூஷன் பற்றி நிறைய பேசலாம். ஆனால் இன்க்ளூஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது இன்க்ளூஷன் பார்ட்டிசிபேஷன், அதாவது பங்கேற்பது மட்டும் இன்க்ளூஷன் கிடையாது. பட் ஆனால் அதுக்கு முக்கியமான ஒரு ஆஸ்பெக்ட் லீடர்ஷிப், அதாவது முடிவெடுக்கும் தருணங்களில் முடிவெடுக்கக்கூடிய நிலைகளில் மக்கள் இருக்க வேண்டும். அதுதான் ஆக்சுவல் இன்க்ளூஷன் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அதை ஒட்டி தான் இன்றைய கருத்தரங்கும் நாம் பிளான் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். பல்வேறு நிறுவனங்களிலிருந்து பல்வேறு தலைவர்கள் மிகவும் சாதித்திருப்பவர்கள் அவருடைய சொந்த வாழ்க்கையில் மட்டுமல்ல, அவர்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையில் அவர் சாதித்திருக்கிறார்கள். மற்ற மாற்றுத்திறனாளிகளுடைய வாழ்க்கையை சாதிப்பதற்கும் அவர்கள் பல உதவி செய்திருக்கிறார்கள். அந்த வகையில் நிறைய ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள். கோவிந்தகிருஷ்ணன் சார் இருக்காங்க, ஸ்மிதா மேம் இருக்காங்க, வரவேற்பு சார் இருக்காங்க. ஸோ இது போல் பல்வேறு நபர்கள் வந்து இந்த கருத்தரங்குக்கு வந்து பங்கேற்க போகிறாங்க. ஸோ இவர் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள், நன்றிகள்.
ஓகே, எனக்கு இந்த ப்ரைஸ் வாங்கினது கொஞ்சம் நல்லா ஃபீலாக இருக்குது. இந்த ப்ரைஸ் தந்த இந்த மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க்குக்கு
ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்திருந்தீங்க இல்லையா, இங்கே நடந்து எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, கலந்துருப்பீங்க, எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ணுறீங்க?
நானும் ஆக்சுவலி டிசபிலிட்டி தான், நான் லேர்னிங் டிசபிலிட்டி தான். நான் ஓப்பன் ஸ்கூலிங் பண்ணேன் இங்கே தான் சென்னையில், மெட்ராஸ் லேடி ஆனந்த் ஸ்கூல் தான். நான் இந்த காலேஜ் தான் மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் பேச்சுலர் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன் ஃபைனல் இயர். என் பேர் வந்து ட்ரிஃபினா சத்யநாதன். அப்பா வந்து சைக்காட்ரிஸ்ட், அம்மா சைக்காலஜிஸ்ட். நான் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி டிசபிலிட்டிக்கு வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணணும். ஸோ இவங்களுக்குலாம் வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி என்ஜிஓ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும். தேங்க்யூ, வணக்கம்.
இப்போ ஒலிம்பிக்கில் பண்ணிட்டு பாரா ஒலிம்பிக்கில் பண்ணிட்டாங்க இல்லையா, அவங்கள பற்றி 2 வாரம் சொல்லாமல்?
அவங்கள பார்த்தா எனக்கும் ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் நானும் மோட்டிவேஷனாக அவங்கள பற்றி நான் டாக்குமெண்ட்ரிங் பண்ணி அவங்கள பற்றி இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணணும். அதே ஃபியூச்சர் டெஸ்ட். தேங்க்யூ.
உங்கள் பேர் என்ன இருக்கீங்க?
என் பேர் ட்ரிஃபினா. நான் பிஎஸ்டபிள்யூ 3rd இயர் இந்த காலேஜ்லேருந்து வரேன்.
ஸோ வந்து லாஸ்ட் வீக் தான் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணேன். எனக்கு பர்சனலாக வந்துட்டு நான் வந்து ஒரு என்ஜிஓவில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். அவங்களோட நான் பார்த்து வளர்கிறேன், அந்த மக்கள்லாம் எப்படி கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. ஸோ வந்து இந்த விழாவில் கலந்துக்கணும்னு எனக்கு ஆசை. ஸோ சரி, ஓகே, நானும் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்கலான்னு ட்ரை பண்ணவேன் தான். பார்த்தா நான் வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரைஸ் வின் பண்ணிட்டேன். எனக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னா, எம்பவர்மெண்ட் ஃபார் டிசபிலிட்டி அப்படின்னா என்னதுன்னா, எப்படி அவங்க எம்பவர் ஆகிறாங்க. பட் ஆனால் நம்ம அவங்க வாழ்க்கையை எடுத்து அவங்க எம்பவர் ஆனதை வந்து நம்ம பார்த்தா தான் நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு எம்பவர்மெண்ட் கிடைக்கும்னு சொல்லி தான் நான் அவங்களோட லைஃப் ஸ்டோரியை ஸ்ட்ரீம் பண்ணி நான் அவங்களோட எம்பவர்மெண்ட் வீடியோவை போடுறேன்.
உங்களோட ஆம்பிஷன் என்னம்மா?
என்னோட ஆம்பிஷன் வந்துட்டு எனக்கு ஒரு யங் ட்ரெயினராகவும் ஒரு பெரிய சோஷியல் ஒர்க்கராக ஆகணும் தான் என்னோட ஆம்பிஷன்.
உங்கள் நேம் என்னவா இருக்கீங்க?
நான் வந்துட்டு பிஜி MSW எய்டடில் படிக்கிறேன். மெட்ராஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் சோஷியல் ஒர்க்கில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் பண்ணுறேன். என்னோட ஸ்பெஷலைசேஷன் கம்யூனிட்டி டெவலப்மெண்ட். என்னோட பேர் ஸ்ரீஜா.
என்ன நண்பர்களே, நிகழ்ச்சிகள்லாம் பார்த்து மகிழ்ச்சி விட்டிருப்பீர்கள். உங்களுடைய கருத்துக்களை நீங்கள் நம்ம இந்த சேனல்லையே தெரிவிங்க. இப்போ வந்து அனைவருக்கும் இனிய ஆங்கில புத்தாண்டு நல்வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்து உங்களுக்கு எல்லா வளமும் நலமும் பெற உங்களுக்கு வாழ்த்துக்களையும் அறிவித்து உங்களிடமிருந்து விடைபெறும் உங்கள் TAP.
இது மாற்றுத்திறனாளருக்கான உரிமை குரல். உதவிக்கரம் இணையதள தொலைக்காட்சி.